The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the return of Anything But Freakin Rasslin. This is Vince Russo, and I am calling from snowy Colorado right now. Woke up this morning. I think it snowed through the night. My wife, Amy, wasn't happy about going to work in the snow, and certainly doesn't like the fact that I work from home every day. Jeff, have you had a lot of snow yet up by you?
Not really. We had a couple days of snow. It's just about all melted now. It's like 38 degrees, but let me take a look here. Yeah, like my entire grass is almost green. There's a little bit of patches of snow out there, but it's almost gone.
Yeah, I think it's about 22 degrees here, but that's Colorado, bro. That's just the way it is. Listen, we got a lot to talk about today outside of wrestling. But as always, before we do, let's do a little housekeeping. I want to remind everybody we're running the $3.95 a month special through the month of January. You could join the brand for $3.95 a month. Just go to vincerussobrand.com and use the code word brand. Also, what is that? Amazon Prime, right, Jeff?
Yeah, they do a free 30-day trial of Amazon Prime, where you get a full month of their free television shows, movies. You had mentioned your daughter told you about the free 2-day shipping or whatever it was, the free shipping for anything you order on Amazon when you're a member. But I think, just for if you enjoy television shows and movies, you get a free month of just watching those movies. That's a cool thing. There's no commitment you can cancel, but why we're telling you about this is if you sign up for the free trial through us, we get a referral, so you're helping us out as well as taking advantage of their free 30 days. So if you just go to vincerussobrand.com, click on the Amazon banner, and sign up for the free trial that way, not only do you get the free 30 days, but it helps us out as well, so we'd appreciate that.
And also, thank you to my sponsor, Kayfabe Commentaries. Please check out their video library, the best shoot DVDs on the market, kayfabecommentaries.com. You might want to get the Vampiro one in advance. I'm going to be looking at it over the weekend, and we're going to be doing a separate show just on the Vampiro shoot DVD. But again, they got the shoot DVDs, they got the guest booker DVDs, they got the timeline DVDs. They have the biggest stars in the wrestling business. I've done 4 DVDs for them. Check them out at kayfabecommentaries.com. All right, bro, anything but wrestling. What do you got for me?
Twitter is stirring up some controversy this week. I don't know if you saw this, but as anybody that uses Twitter knows, you can only tweet up to 140 characters in a tweet, which has always been a problem for me trying to promote shows like this where Vince always picks these names that are like 80 characters long, like Anything But Freakin Rasslin. So I'm trying to promote them in a tweet. Very difficult. But seriously, they're considering raising the count from 140. So you would wonder, okay, well, how many are they going to add? Are they going to add 10? Are they going to add 20? Just to get a few more sentences in there. No, the rumors is they're going to allow up to 10,000 characters per tweet. So, I mean, what the heck? Might as well just make it unlimited. So a lot of people, like some people I know, they want more characters. Other people are like, well, that's what's special about Twitter is it's just short little things that you can get. And you're not flooded with all these long posts that make Facebook unbearable. People have already thought when they changed the favorite button to the like button that they were trying to go to with the heart. They were trying to be more like Facebook. And this is another thing where people are saying, well, you're trying to be like Facebook. So some people have started a campaign to leave it alone. So, I don't know how I feel about it. I do like how it's very easy to scroll through your timeline and see people's tweets. Facebook, honestly, when I get to those posts that you have to click to see more because they're so long, like I don't even read them. I just scroll past them. So I don't know if other people do the same or not. But if I had to decide at this point, if I had to make a call, I would probably be in favor of just leaving it the way it is. How do you feel about this?
Jeff, I'm eating my Cliff Bar while we do the show because I'm starving. I leave it like it is, bro. I don't use Facebook. I'll go on there and I'll post stuff, bro. I honestly, I hate to say this. I can't tell you the last time I read anything on Facebook. I'll just go on there and I'll put stuff up there and I'll leave it alone. I'm like, bro, I hate to read. If you leave me anything long, I'm not going to read it. Twitter's simple. I wouldn't mind them adding a few characters. I mean, but not 10,000. You know, give me a couple more characters to play with. That's cool. But I'd rather leave it alone than go to 10,000 characters. No question about that.
Yeah, I know they've been also trying to work on their ability to handle trolls and bullies and all the inappropriate content on Twitter. I think that should just be their focus. I know they have a commitment to that as well. To me, that's the only factor of Twitter that is inconvenient, is how people can just have multiple accounts, harass you, send you all these hateful messages, and there's no discipline for it. So I know they're working on that. They're working on a system to get rid of all those people, to make it very difficult for harassment. I think that should be the primary focus right now. I don't know, if they have two separate committees. I don't know how all that works. But I think Twitter, like you said, that's the appeal to it, is just being short like that. So
yeah, I agree with you, bro. There's so many other issues. I mean, bro, there's freaking porn on Twitter. The language on Twitter. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's so many other things. Bro, I don't know why I'm thinking about this. I was watching Seinfeld this morning. Bro, what about Kramer wants to take a sample of the guy's mole with his meat cutting machine, bro?
You know how a lot of stuff was based on real life stuff. There's no way. I mean, some of the stuff they ended up being so ridiculous.
Oh my!
There was that one. And you remember the one where he had the sink garbage disposal in the shower?
Oh, yeah, that was on yesterday.
Yeah, doing all the produce in the shower. There's no way somebody really did this.
And then Putty winds up beating it, and he's a recovering germaphobe. Oh my God, bro!
Yeah, I don't know where they come up with that stuff, man. It's just insane.
All right,
they could have done that with your mole. You know what I mean?
Exactly, but I would have gave it to him, bro. Here's my first thing. Bro, I swear to God, it's stuff like this that just really gets me sick, right? Freaking Justin Bieber, he's out with the entourage. First of all, bro, the number of vacations like that these celebrities take, you got to get to the point of being tired of doing nothing. Like, how many vacations can you possibly take, bro? Okay, I'm gonna bring my posse. I'm gonna pay for all my posse. All right, we're gonna get drunk and we're gonna drink and I'm gonna pay for everything. And okay, bro, we get it. Like, why don't you sit home and watch cartoons for once in your life? Anyway, bro, I hate this stuff, but I was just reading on TMZ, bro. So now he's vacationing and he's got the posse somewhere in Mexico, right? So, bro, there's these sacred pyramids in Mexico or something, legitimate pyramids. Okay. What does this jackass do? He pulls down his freaking pants in front of the pyramids so they could take a picture of him. Yeah, bro, here's the thing. First of all, you're a celebrity, idiot. That's first of all. You got kids that look up to you. You got kids that think you're freaking God. You got kids that going to emulate everything that you do. All right, so when freaking Johnny pulls down his pants in the cafeteria today because Justin Bieber did it in front of a pyramid, I hope you're proud of yourself. But here's the thing that's even more sadder than that, bro. Bro, freaking Bieber's going to be 22 years old. Bro, what 22-year-old that you know of drops their freaking trowel in public? Get a freaking clue. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have. Act like a freaking human being. Not like some primitive freaking animal. And especially when you have kids looking up to you and they're going to do what you do. I mean, my God, bro, you're going to be 22 years old. At some point in your life, get a freaking clue. You're out in public. So now the cops are chasing them around because, they're all pissed off and this and that. I mean, bro, come on, man. Like, well, I don't understand, bro. I want to understand the mindset that goes through the mind of Bieber. Like, okay, I'm gonna shoot the moon in front of a pyramid, and everybody's gonna think I'm cool and dangerous and cutting edge. That's not cool and dangerous and cutting edge, bro. You're looked at like a freaking childish teenage idiot. Nobody's impressed by that. I mean, come on, bro.
He is. He's like the 13-year-old pissant in high school class that is purposely disrespectful to the teacher just to be a jerk, and you get laughs out of people and doesn't really respect anybody. That's what he reminds me of as well. Yeah, he doesn't have any respect for anybody or anything. I remember the TMZ video where he walked through a kitchen of a restaurant and took a piss in the mop bucket that the guy was cleaning with. I mean, this is the guy we're talking about here. Somebody just really needs to whip his ass. I think that's what it needs to be. Somebody needs to whip his ass, and it needs to be in front of everybody. Maybe we can do a celebrity boxing where somebody could just destroy him and knock some sense into him.
Either whip his ass or stop buying his records. Real simple. Real freaking simple. When all of a sudden the money isn't there and he's concerned about how he's going to make a living, maybe he'll start thinking about other things. But my God, bro, you're going to be 22 freaking years old already. Come on, man.
Did you see the TMZ thing they posted this morning? I think it was with the Cincinnati radio station.
That's tremendous, bro. Tell them about that, bro.
So for those that don't know, the Bengals are playing Pittsburgh in the playoffs this week, and the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, has a history of sexual misconduct allegations against him. I don't believe he was convicted of any of them. He was cleared of them all, but he had a lot of allegations put on him. So a radio station in Cincinnati, they aired this ad, and it says, among the comments are, the Steelers quarterback has been spotted in the downtown Cincinnati area. All females ages 18 to 40 are to use extreme caution, especially if heavily consuming alcohol. Males should also be on the lookout just in case. If you see Big Ben and he flashes Little Ben, you are asked to report it to authorities immediately. So they don't care.
Well, also, bro,
people are offended by this. I mean, people are offended by everything. I can understand if he's upset about this, but me being an immature 37-year-old, I laughed at it.
No, I think it's funny and creative, and of course, Ben Roethlisberger doesn't think so, but they're not using his name. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's how they're able to get away with this. If he flashes Big Ben, I mean, they're not saying Ben Roethlisberger. Otherwise, they could probably have a nice little lawsuit on their hands. Bro, I'm going to tell everybody right here. Are we still in the first 10 minutes?
This is all free.
This is all free.
This is all free.
All right, this is why you nimrods that are not members of the brand need to be members of the brand, because I'm going to give you a little tidbit here, and I give tidbits like this to the brand all the time. All right, I'm going to throw you a bone as a little tease to join the brand. I know as a fact, bro, pretty much straight from the horse's mouth. Let me put it to you that way, but not from the horse's mouth, but the person standing next to the horse. Let me put it to you that way. Guess who is one of the females in the wrestling business that Mr. Big Ben proceeded to hit on and try to have his way with?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Velvet?
Nope. Think about it. Where does he play?
Pittsburgh.
Think about it.
Pittsburgh. Who's from Pittsburgh? I don't know where a lot of these girls are from.
Karen Jarrett.
Oh, wow.
Yep. You like to see? I know these things, bro.
So was he inappropriate to her from what you were being told, or was it
No,
just
no,
friendly?
not. I wasn't told inappropriate. I don't want to say that, but
Right.
he wanted to go out with her. Let me put it to you that way. What else we got?
Another comment I laughed. They asked Steve Smith, of the receiver of the Ravens, who he wants to win between the Bengals and the Steelers, and he said he hopes they both lose.
Yeah, he was on ESPN this morning, wasn't he?
Yeah, I love comments like that they're you know what I mean. It's like Charles Barkley. Like there's no Charles Barkleys anymore. They're all like all these sports guys that get in the news. It's because they're being criminals. They're not talking trash. You know what I mean? I like the trash talker guys that have fun with it. So that comment made me laugh.
Yeah.
I know we don't really want to get into this because we're going to do a separate show on this, on Making a Murderer, the Netflix documentary. But for fans of that thing, I just wanted to point this out. Saturday night, which would be tonight when this goes up, Fox News is airing a special, Stephen Avery, Guilty or Framed. So I'm not sure if that's going to be anything new, but that's going to be on Fox News Saturday night. And then ID, I think it stands for Investigation Discovery, with that channel. They're doing a Steve Avery Making a Murder special in late January because this is their statement. We feel compelled to address what we believe are some critical details missing from the Netflix production in an attempt to provide crucial evidence and testimonies that answer many of the questions surrounding Stephen Avery. So that's supposed to be on ID at sometime in late January. So
yeah, I'm hearing a lot about that, bro, that the women who made the documentary left a lot of the evidence out of why they put Stephen Avery behind bars. Bro, you know what the funny thing is? Like, this is getting such play because the documentary was made, and it was on Netflix and a lot of people started talking about it. Bro, the funny thing about it is, can you imagine how much of this is going on all over the United States? All the focus is on this one case because of the documentary, but this is one case. I wouldn't even want to imagine how many other cases there are like this that people are, behind bars with a lot of, question marks and, stuff like that. I mean, that's the thing, man. It's like if I'm working for one of these news stations, bro, I'm going out there and looking for those cases. I mean, I wouldn't just, hop on this bandwagon that everybody is on now. There are cases like this, bro, across the country, bro. If O.J. Simpson got away with murdering 2 people, there are a lot of people in jail that are not guilty. There's no question about that. And speaking of which, man, I'm really looking forward to that, the O.J. show.
I haven't decided if I'm going to watch that yet. That's on FX, right?
Yeah, why don't you want to watch that, bro?
I don't know. I mean, is something going to come out that I don't already know?
Nah, but just to kind of see the behind-the-scenes drama and stuff, bro. I love stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I might check it out. It's who's in that? Like Travolta and Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr. is.
I laughed because whoever they got playing Marcia Clark, they got her hair perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, that hair is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, they. I read that. I mean, I don't want to get too much into this. We'll get into this when we do our Making a Murderer show. But I did read the article of the evidence that was left out. And honestly, I don't think any of that is damning evidence, to be honest with you.
Really?
So, yeah, but we'll get into that on the show.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a show. We got to, Jeff, we got to try to do that next week while it's a hot topic. And, Jeff, I'd like to do this. Is there any way we can do that show, and have, people come in and, and join us?
What do you mean? Like we do the Brand Speaks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want brand members in on the show, we can.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that for the brand members in place of the Brand Speaks. Have that topic if you've seen it. Join us for the discussion. So, in other words, if that's the route we plan on taking, and you're a member of the brand, watch the documentary. It's on Netflix and it's 10 episodes. But like Jeff said, him and I both went through it like in a day and a half. I mean, that's you'll sit there. You'll be mesmerized, and it'll be over like that. Jeff, I got something here that and I'm happy about this, bro. You know,
Okay.
I usually go through this stuff and I find stuff I want to bitch about. You know what I mean? But I'm happy about this.
What are you happy about?
They used to date back in the day, but he was effed up out of his freaking mind. Okay? Got fixed up, is absolutely clean. And now the two of them, you know, came back together and are an item again and are dating again and are supposedly in love. And I bring this up for a couple of reasons. I tip my hat to the guy whose life was totally effed up. And a good friend of his, Mr. Johnny Knoxville, actually saved his life. That's a shoot. I'm talking about Steve-O. Bro, Steve-O was living in an apartment. I mean, knocking at death's door. I mean, taking every drug you could ever imagine. He shouldn't have been alive. Freaking Knoxville literally knocked on the door, literally dragged him to freaking rehab and watched over him. You know, Johnny Knoxville's a stand-up guy, bro. He really is. I mean, bro, he's an absolute, you know, what he did back in the day during Jackass, he was absolutely like out of his mind. But when you see him on talk shows and when you see him being interviewed, you know, he's got a wife, he's got a family. He's a real stand-up guy. He saved Steve-O's life. So Steve-O's clean now, and he legitimately is, bro. I've seen him like on a bunch of talk shows and stuff, and he's legitimately clean. You know who he's back together with.
No, I don't.
And bro, I applaud him because she is freaking bro. This is a kind of woman that she is, in your eyes, she is absolutely hot on fire. Okay. Or you're going to be totally turned off. And I don't know where you stand, but for me, she is absolutely hot on fire. He's dating now, and supposedly it's pretty serious, Kat Von D.
I don't know who that is.
Bro, the tattoo chick from LA Inc. You
Never
don't
seen
know?
it.
Oh, bro, you got to look Kat Von D up online. She's tatted up, bro, but she's like, she's hot as can be. So the two of them are a couple, and I'm happy about that because Steve-O went through hell and back. He seems to have his life cleaned up. She's a really hot chick. She seems like a genuinely nice person too. So, you know, it's good to see two good people, you know, rather than, you know, freaking, which, you know, like, bro, Kourtney Kardashian, who's got the 3 kids now, I think, and who's 34. She's been running around spotted with Bieber out in public, bro. Okay? Come on, man.
Do you know, is Steve-O served his 30-day sentence for that SeaWorld deal?
Yeah,
Has he already done that?
I think he did, yeah. Yeah.
That's cool, though. You always like the stories of people overcoming. You just want them to stay there. I mean, you look at Johnny Manziel, who went to rehab last year. I was very impressed with what he did. He got fixed, and here we are. He doesn't –
oh, God.
I mean, he's completely just – gone back to the way he was and maybe even worse. So
bro,
do
the search right now on the Kat Von D because I want to see what your initial response is to her.
Just in looks?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
I think it's with a K too, bro. I think she is hotter than hot, bro.
This her?
Yes.
Yeah, she's hot.
You don't mind the chicks all tatted up, bro?
No, the only time like tattoos are a turnoff to me. I mean, she's got one on her head, but like when they get them on their face and stuff, that's a turnoff to me. You know what I mean? If it's on the arms and stuff, I don't think it takes away from their beauty. Sometimes it makes it more appealing, just depending on who the girl is.
Yeah, she's smoking hot, bro.
But yeah, like I know, like she had the tattoo up here and stuff. Like that stuff doesn't bother me. But when it's all in their facial features and stuff, that's just a turn off to me. Yeah. I want to see their face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that.
Do you see that the guy that runs HBO, or at least their creative, Michael Lombardo, is taking the blame for True Detective season 2?
Really?
Yes. He says now he doesn't necessarily think that the second season of the show was a failure, but he does recognize that it was rushed to air because he became too much of a network executive after the show's massive success, and he was determined to repeat that in the next year. And the creator of True Detective, Nick Pizzolatto, or I think that's how you pronounce his name, Lombardo, said, he's a soulful writer, but with the second season of True Detective, he had to reinvent the wheel. Well, you know what? I set him up to deliver in a very short time frame, something that became very challenging to deliver. That's not what True Detective is.
God, bro, when would you ever hear a freaking network executive take responsibility, man? That's amazing. What was his name again?
Michael Lombardo.
He didn't lose his job or anything, did he?
It didn't seem like it.
Good for him. Bro,
yeah.
The thing about it, too, was, listen, whether they rushed the show or not, the thing that totally did not work for me is miscasting, man. I felt that Vaughn's character and that other girl, I love Rachel McAdams. I love her, bro. I'm hot for her, but I did not buy them in the roles they were in. And, bro, I probably watched the first 3 or 4 episodes. I did not buy it, as a guy, bro, literally, like, I tell you, I'm a fan of people. I'm a big fan of Vince Vaughn and Rachel McAdams. Like, they're on my top list. And 4 episodes in, I was not buying them. And, bro, it wasn't a lack of acting. It wasn't bad acting on their part. But they had played too many. Bro, listen, man. Vince Vaughn has stereotyped himself. Bro, he has. He's done so many movies where he's the same character that when you see him in something like that, it doesn't work. And, Rachel McAdams is always the romantic lead, cute, perky, except for, what was that one she made? Well, Mean Girls.
Yeah.
But she played a heel and it was a comedy. You know what I mean? I think that show was one of the most miscasted shows I've ever seen. That's why I did not buy into it.
Yeah, I gave up after. I don't even know if I made it to episode 4 or 5. It was somewhere in there. I lost interest, and a lot of people are saying that it really picked up steam the second half and it had a good conclusion. So I don't know if that's true or not. But like you said, it's really you never see this really where the network is saying, yeah, that's our bad. Yeah,
it's funny, bro, because the real test is just like anything else. Okay, because of that, now who's going to watch season 3? That's the real test. Because he says, not that it was a failure. Well, you'll find out if 2 was a failure by the audience season 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is, the show is very similar to Fargo in that where they went for a completely different cast for season 2.
Yeah.
Same thing with Fargo. That's got to be really, really hard to pull off and to hold your audience because they fall in love with the performances. They fall in love with the actors and the characters. But then when you want to watch that show again and all those people aren't there to keep that audience, man, that's got to be so challenging.
Bro, it's like it's with anything, Jeff. It's like, when you set the bar high. You know what I mean? Bro, I just this morning, I was interviewing Chris DeJoseph for The Brand because season 2 of Lucha Underground is starting January 27th, less than 3 weeks. And that's exactly what we talked about. I'm like, bro, you set the bar pretty high, in that first season. We saw a lot of things in wrestling we had not seen before. So now you're going into that second season, bro. They're going to compare it to the first. That's a lot of pressure, bro. That's a lot of pressure right there. And the same, same thing, like you said, first season of Fargo, first season of True Detective, they were both excellent, excellent shows. Once you set that bar, man, and that's why, bro, listen, I don't want to talk wrestling. I know this is anything but wrestling, but when the Attitude Era sets the bar and then everything after that, is below that, you got a problem on your hand, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know why this just popped into my head, but I know you haven't seen The Americans, have you?
No.
It's season 4 is about to start here, I think next month, February, maybe March. But I know that it's not on Netflix. I think it's on Hulu and I think it's on Amazon Prime, which we talked about earlier. That's a show I think you would enjoy. So if you are looking for a show catch up on the 3 seasons. They're like normal FX shows. They're only 13 episodes each, so there's only 39 episodes that have been in the can that have aired, excuse me. But that's my recommendation. If you want to watch a good show, watch The Americans.
You know who's a big fan of that show, don't you?
No. You may have mentioned it. I don't remember.
Your boy Scott Casey Gale.
Yes, I did know that. Yes, I did know that.
Did you see the video of this lunatic on New Year's Eve by himself drinking beer and champagne, bro?
Yes. I thought it was hilarious.
What is wrong with this guy, bro?
The only thing wrong is that he filmed it. Let's talk about what's right about this guy. Everybody's getting drunk on New Year's Eve. This guy was smart enough to do it in the safety of his own home and not be out there driving. You know what I mean?
You know what I was thinking of doing? And I think she'll do it because she's a pretty good sport. Bro, listen, I don't know what goes through the mind of Scott Casey Gale. All I know is yesterday in my email, and I'm going to forward this to you, because, bro, I have a tendency to be a big liar. Okay. So I'll forward this to you so you see it. In my email, I get a letter yesterday from Steve Carell. All right. And Steve Carell goes on to talk about what Scott Casey Gale did over the holidays. Steve Carell. Okay, bro? And I'll send this to you. And maybe we'll read it for the brand.
So who wrote this?
It's got Steve Carell. So he goes through this whole thing of every single thing Scott Casey Gale did on his vacation. And I even know, bro, we pinpointed on New Year's Eve, he drank 6 bottles of beer. We know the exact number. But, bro, Steve Carell goes on to talk about, in exhausting fashion, Scott Casey Gale's crush on Brooke Tessmacher. Okay, how Steve Carell knows about this, I have no idea. So, bro, I am so, tempted to do a show with him and bring her on the show just to see this lunatic's reaction. And I think she'll do it because she's a pretty good sport. So I think I'm going to do that. That's going to be my gift to him because just to get his reaction to that would be incredible.
That would be amazing. Really, you don't know who wrote this email?
He wrote it.
Oh, okay.
Bro, he's sending it to me. Okay, bro, listen to this. It's from, Scott Casey Gale's email address. And then he puts from the desk of Steve Carell. No, bro, it's coming from your email address, genius. Then Steve Carell comments on everything that Scott Casey Gale did over the holiday, bro. I mean, I'm going to print it out and I'll read it. I'll read it to everybody because
that's awesome. I had a couple people texting me that they're worried about him and he needs to go to rehab and stuff. I'm like, okay, come on, man. Who doesn't drink on New Year's Eve?
Bro, that's the only time we've ever seen him like that. I mean, come on, bro,
Well, he had that one other one that we coached him on not to bring out the butcher knife.
Oh,
remember that one?
Bro, you heard this. You heard this.
Listen. Just because people drink alcohol doesn't make them an alcoholic. That's not how it works. If that was true, the entire country would be alcoholics.
Bro, you saw the one where he did the YouTube video on all his Christmas gifts?
No, I didn't see that one.
Well, bro, I think I told you about this, but he goes through all the gifts. And, bro, it's so funny because he shows you the thing. Yeah, this is my warm-up jacket. Shows you the warm-up jacket, right, bro? Then, turns it around. So he's showing you the front and back of everything, right? So, bro, he's going through this whole thing, and guess what the last gift he lifts up is?
No idea.
Bro, it's a box of steak knives. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, what imbecile is giving him a box of knives? You know what I mean? So, bro, finally he interviewed me for his show. I did the Scott Casey Gale show, right?
Is this up? Has he put this up yet?
It should be up on his. Yeah, not on ours. It's on his, bro. Right. Yeah. Oh yeah,
I gotta
bro.
look for this. No, I didn't I follow him on Twitter. I didn't even see him tweet about this or anything.
So bro, he's selling on his Christmas video. He's selling his box of knives and everything. I'm freaking out. I've seen him play with knives before, right? So, bro, we do a show and everything like this. So finally, I just said to him, I said, Scott, not for anything. Who gave you the box of knives for Christmas, right? So, bro, the genius never opened up the box of knives. The box of knives was filled with socks. And I'm like, oh, that makes a little bit more sense, bro. You know, he paraded a box of steak knives around. He never opened it up. It was filled with socks. I'm like, thank God, man, you know?
Yeah, I got to look for this. If he put it up, he didn't tweet about it, or I may.
Oh, yeah, no, it was in the Carell thing. He said, Carell said it in his letter about our interview.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to look for that.
Oh, God, bro.
I had a quick note here. I don't know if anybody, they know I love Lost. We're always talking about Lost. If anybody watched Lost only on Netflix, the finale's edited. There's like 19 minutes of the finale that's not in the Netflix finale.
Get out of town.
No, somebody let Damon Lindelof know, who was, the showrunner. And so he petitioned Netflix to get the full one on there. I guess Netflix really didn't realize that it was an edited version, so they're working on it, and they're going to get the full finale up there. So if you've only seen it on Netflix, you haven't seen the whole finale. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know when it's getting fixed, but they're getting the whole finale.
Wow, I'm glad that you pointed that out, bro, because people would take the time to watch that and not realize it.
Yeah. So I don't know. They think it may have been a edited for syndication version or something like that, but it was not the original version that aired on ABC. So they're going to get all that footage put back in. Dude, the last thing I had, I don't even know if we've talked about this. Like, were you ever a big Full House fan?
No.
They're making the remake on Netflix, right? Yeah. They're doing the new one. Well, I guess John Stamos put this all together, getting the cast back together. And the Olsen twins are not going to be on it. So the character of Michelle, I think, wasn't it Michelle? I think was the girl's name, is not going to be on the show. So he came out to say why that's not going to be. He said he talked to them and he explained what the show was going to be, and he'd love them to be on there, and they decided not to do it. And the reason why, they said they were afraid of acting again, that they hadn't acted and they don't consider themselves actresses. So that's why they're not doing the show.
I mean, that's fair. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because they were so young at the time, they didn't know what they were doing, bro, you know?
Right. And then this cracked me up because he said, well, he asked their sister. And I don't know, for those that don't know, Elizabeth Olsen, she's a pretty big actress. She was in the Avengers 2. She was in Godzilla. She's been in a lot of big movies. She's a big actress. So he's like, well, he wanted the character. And so he got a hold of her agent to see if she'd do it. And the agent was like, come on, she's not going to do that.
Yeah, gosh, bro. Is that on a major network?
Just Netflix.
Oh, just Netflix.
Yeah, it's just going to be a Netflix show. Yeah, I think it goes up next month or something like that. It starts. But
yeah, bro, I think they're trying. I mean, nobody would come out and say it, but I can read between the lines. I think they're really pushing hard to get Lucha on Netflix.
That's a good idea, man. I mean, I've always thought if a wrestling promotion goes on Netflix, that's how it would blow up.
Yeah. I from everything I've heard the last couple of days, that's what it sounds like to me.
That'd be great for them, man. But yeah, it's got to be tough to write a sequel to something when you can't use a character from the original. Like I read, they're coming out with Independence Day 2. Yeah, and Will Smith's not in it.
Yeah. So, is it Independence Day 2, Jeff, or is it just a remake of Independence Day?
No, it's a sequel.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to, I guess, Will Smith's character has died in the meantime. And Will Smith doesn't like that. Well, yeah. Will Smith, you're not in the movie. So what are they supposed to do? Yeah. You're the main character in the first movie. He wasn't really rude about it. He says he's going to shed a tear when he sees it. I guess it conflicted with when he was filming the Suicide Squad movie that's about to come out. So he couldn't do both. So, but what are the writers supposed to do? The main character from the original is not going to be in the sequel. How do you get around that? I mean, it's tough. So, you know what I mean? That's got to be hard for the writers to do stuff like that. So I wonder how this Full House show will explain the third child just not being there. That would be interesting. But I don't think I'm going to watch it. I watched it as a child. I just have a feeling it's one of those shows that doesn't age well,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. It was written for kids. I remember learning a lot of life lessons on this show. You know what I mean, about family and being nice to people and people messing up. And I just remember always the talks with Bob Saget, with the middle girl on her bed, always teaching her lessons and stuff. Like, I learned a lot of stuff from that, but I would be hard to believe that I would enjoy that as an adult. But that's just, I mean, I haven't seen it, so that's just my thoughts on that.
There's a couple more things I want to talk about. One's a little we missed, but we really didn't miss it, bro. We missed it because we haven't done this show in a couple of weeks, right? But I got to comment on this, man, because I've felt this way for a long time. And bro, like, I'm just so sick of it. Like, let's call it, like, let the charade be over. Okay, bro? And I've felt this way for a really, really, really long time. And this is not going to be popular. Okay, bro? Bro, Saturday Night Live, a couple of weeks ago, and we didn't get to talk about it because we missed a couple of weeks for Christmas. Okay? Bro, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler hosted the show. Okay, bro? Bro, let me say this, and let me make this perfectly clear to everybody. Okay? Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are not funny, bro. There's nothing funny about them at all. Okay, bro? Let me explain to you how the popularity started. And listen, everybody wants to talk about, women don't get their just due, and women don't get paid what men get paid, this, that, and the other thing. Bro, let me explain something to you. Okay? Tina Fey was a female writer. Okay? And bro, there are not a lot of female writers out there. Okay? All of a sudden now, she's a female writer. Her job is, she's the writer of SNL back in the day. Okay? All of a sudden, bro, they put her on the air. She does the news gimmick thing with Jimmy Fallon. Okay? She puts on the little glasses, right? And now all of a sudden, bro, she's hot. Okay, bro? So now she's hot. And she's a female television writer. Okay? So all of a sudden, those two assets make her this great comedian. Okay? No, bro. She's hot, and she's a female television writer, of which there are few. So she rode that into becoming this comedic genius. Somebody needs to tell me one thing that Tina Fey has done that has been funny. Okay, first of all,
writing or acting?
Both.
Mean Girls.
Both.
She wrote
okay.
Mean Girls.
Bro, I'll tap out to Mean Girls. But you know what? Then let's consider her. Let's compare her to a modern day Adam Sandler, because Adam Sandler's first two attempts were good. Okay, and Mean Girls was her first movie, so I'll give her that. Since then, what has this girl done that isn't funny? She made that movie with Steve Carell. What was the name of that one? You know what
I
I'm
never saw it. I
Horrible.
know what you're talking about, but I never saw it.
Horrible, bro. She made that other movie about the college with Paul Rudd. Absolutely horrible. Bro, I don't care what anybody says. I've seen many episodes of 30 Rock, and I never laughed. I never laughed at one joke on 30 Rock. And again, bro, people put 30 Rock over and think 30 Rock is good, and 30 Rock has won Emmys simply because Tina Fey wrote it. These two host the show. There's nothing funny about the show, and you know that the talent is involved in the writing and the producing of SNL when they're on it. There was nothing funny about this show. Amy Poehler, Parks and Recreation. I'm begging somebody to tell me how that show is funny. I've sat through that show. There's nothing funny about that show. Meanwhile, bro, they just came out with a movie together. Sisters, I think is the name of it. Bro, they promoted that movie, promoted that movie, promoted that movie, promoted that movie. The movie came out and disappeared. So we can only imagine how good that movie was. I just think, bro, okay, they're hot. Like, I get it. And they're female comedians. They're a rare breed. And she's a female writer. They're a rare breed. But if you're not funny, you're not funny, bro.
I don't think Amy Poehler's funny at all. That's just my opinion. I tried Parks and Recreation as well. I didn't get it. The ones I watched is because Aubrey Plaza's on there, and I think she's hot. So there's this weird girls that I'm attracted to. Aubrey Plaza's one of them. I think she's gorgeous. 30 Rock. There were some episodes. I liked Alec Baldwin in the show. I thought he was funny. The girl, I can't think of the girl's name, the
Jane
blonde.
Kaczynski.
Yeah, she was good. Man, I'm just drawing a blank.
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, I thought he was funny. But, like, overall, it wasn't one of those shows that I would, like, I can't wait to continue watching this. So I was never a loyal viewer of that. If it was on, I'd watch it, but it was never a big deal. One thing I do like from Tina Fey right now, it's on Netflix. It's called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah, I think Annie watches that show.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. But it's got the girl from The Office, the girl that was Erin on The Office, the secretary.
And she has. Now let me ask you this though, bro. Big difference. Did Tina Fey just create that show, or does she write the show?
I know she created it, and I think she wrote a few of the episodes. I don't know if I doubt she wrote every episode. Normally that's not the case. Normally the showrunner will write the first episode, the season finale, and maybe one or two episodes in the middle. So I doubt she wrote every episode, but I enjoyed that show.
They're not funny, bro.
I don't think Amy Poehler's funny. I don't think Tina Fey as a performer is funny, but I have enjoyed some things that she's written. But those movies you mentioned, I haven't seen them.
Oh, please. Here's another thing, bro. And you talk about opening up a whole box of worms and a whole can, and Pandora's box, and Pandora's sister's box, and Pandora's brother's box. Bro, they just had the ballot yesterday for the who got into the Hall of Fame in 2016. Okay? And, bro, now for about 4 years or whatever, the steroid era, Bonds, Clemens, especially Bonds and Clemens, they've been up for 4 years now. You need 75% to get into the Hall of Fame. Those guys haven't got 75% combined. So, like, they're not getting in the Hall of Fame because of the, the alleged steroid, abuse. Now, bro, keep this in mind. There are no documented failed drug tests on the part of Clemens or Bonds. Nobody. There's no failed test. They never failed a test. Now, bro, granted, Bonds' head grew 25 hat sizes from 1993 to 2003. I'll give you that. But there's no record that they failed a drug test. They were never, found guilty of using PEDs, nothing. And to this day, bro, they both still, deny it. Okay. But, everybody assumes that they took steroids. So, they'll never get in the Hall of Fame. Okay. So, bro, this year, a name that has been associated with steroids, okay, in the past, Mike Piazza gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. Now, here's the issue with that, bro. He's been associated. His name has been, highly hinted that this guy may have taken steroids. He's never flat out come out and said, no, I've never taken steroids. He's always dodged around the question. He's a big dude, bro. Okay? I don't understand now. How do you put him in the Hall of Fame when there's allegations around his name for using steroids, but we're absolutely totally convinced Bonds and Clemens use steroids, even though they've never failed the test. They were never convicted of anything, but, literally because of the size and the way they look, et cetera, everybody just pretty much takes it for granted that they took steroids. I don't understand the difference now. So now as we get deeper and deeper into this steroid era and guys are coming up for the Hall of Fame, how do we know who's guilty and who's not guilty, that we're going to decide who gets in and who doesn't get in because of steroids?
It's a good point, and I don't understand. I think the selection process of these sport writers is outdated. The people that get to decide who's in the Hall of Fame, it's completely outdated. I think they need to have a new way to make sure that the people that are deserving get into the Hall of Fame and not some sports writer with an agenda that gets a vote. So,
well, bro, bro, they just cut off, man, bro. I think this is ridiculous, bro, but I think it was 109. They cut off like 109 sports writers from voting for the Hall of Fame because like 109 of them hadn't been involved in baseball for years. So they had 109 people who weren't involved in baseball for at least the last 5-10 years, still voting on the awards. They cut them out. So there's a much smaller active list now of who's getting to vote for the Hall of Fame. But bro, if you don't have a failed drug test or a conviction or an admission of these guys, how can you just assume that they took steroids?
Yeah, the only one clear as day to me, like you said, is Bonds, just because he used to be he was a twig. You know what I mean? When he played in Pittsburgh, the guy was a twig, and then he's with the Giants, and he looks like he can knock out Tyson. You know what I mean? So the probable cause may be there just on that. But like you said, if there's no proof, and then Griffey goes in with 99%, I would find it hard to believe that Griffey took anything, but his numbers were in that era as well. So why does he get the free pass and these other guys don't? I don't know. I don't understand all of that, but
there's a lot of things I don't understand with that, bro. Like the one thing I especially will never ever understand, bro, is every athlete, no matter what sport they're in, they have a shelf life. They can only perform for so long at a major league level and make so much money. If a guy is hurt and on the shelf and he takes, PEDs to speed up the healing process so he could get back in the game and make money, I don't see a problem with that. I don't understand that. The guy knows he's only got a limited time that he can cash in. If he's hurt and he wants to speed up the healing process so he can get back in the game, I don't understand why that's illegal.
Did any positive tests ever come out for McGuire or Sosa, or is that the same deal with them?
Well, McGuire admitted it. So
HGH, right?
Yeah. He came out and admitted it. Sosa, pleaded the fifth and never said anything. And he's another guy that'll just never get into the Hall of Fame.
But McGuire's a batting coach for somebody, isn't he?
Well, bro, Bonds just got a job as a batting coach for the Marlins. He's going to be their batting coach this year. You know what I mean? So you can't, unless there is concrete evidence, proof there. I don't know how you can, okay, he did it, but he didn't. You know what I mean, bro?
Right.
And there are all kinds of different, steroids too, bro. You could take the kind of steroids where you're just shredded and you don't bulk up. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really 100% of the time tell by the size of a guy.
Now, was this a lot of this stuff I don't know the specifics on. Was it definitely steroids they're accusing these guys with, or was it like PEDs that are legal over the counter stuff?
No, definitely.
It was definitely steroids.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So, all right, bro. Do you got anything else today?
No, that's all I had.
That's all you have. All right. So that's we're back on track, it seems. If you're interested in The Making of a Murderer, watch it on Netflix. Jeff, let's try to set that date for sometime next week to have that show. Maybe we could do it like we'll figure it out, bro. But if you're interested, try to watch the show over the weekend. If you belong to the brand, you can join us, in the room, and we can all discuss it, get everybody's opinions on it. Monday with Vixens, I have Katrina from Lucha Underground on the show. I think next Thursday I'm going to play the Ed Ferrara interview, but I got a lot of really great things set up for the year, as I told you yesterday. So that's it pretty much, everybody, for Anything But Freakin Rasslin. Remember Amazon Prime, and also please remember to renew if you're a member of the brand. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Jeff, have a great weekend, and we will see you all next week.
Critically acclaimed producers Kayfabe Commentaries bring you the most candid shoot interview ever with Sabu, nephew of the legendary Sheik.
Would your aunt be talking business?
Of course.
With the Sheik?
Oh, yeah. And Carney. She can speak Carney better than me.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Prepare to explore the darkest corners of the man behind Sabu.
I would have stopped pain pills entirely if I was out of pain. Because I've been a little too long at the dance myself.
You feel now you've been too long at the dance?
Breaking Kayfabe with Terry Sabu Brunk, now available on DVD and on demand at shootinterviews.com.